The Botmaster, Eanson James, a legend in the hacking world. His name sends shivers down the spines of cybersecurity experts and law enforcement agencies alike. Eanson James, a name synonymous with botnets and cybercrime. He was a pioneer in the world of malicious software, creating and controlling vast networks of infected computers. He wasn't a typical hacker. He wasn't motivated by money or fame. Unlike many cybercriminals who seek financial gain, Eanson's motivations were far more complex and sinister. He craved power and control. The ability to manipulate and command thousands of computers from the shadows gave him a sense of dominance that few could understand. Eanson's weapon of choice? Botnets, armies of hijacked computers under his command. These botnets could be used for a variety of malicious purposes, from sending spam emails to launching devastating cyber attacks. His story is a cautionary tale. It reveals the allure of hacking and the devastating consequences that follow. Eanson's actions eventually caught up with him, leading to his arrest and prosecution. Eanson's journey into the digital underworld began like many others, with curiosity and a thirst for knowledge. As a young boy, he was fascinated by computers and the endless possibilities they offered. But this thirst quickly turned into an obsession. He spent countless hours honing his skills, delving deeper into the world of hacking and cybercrime. He craved control, and he found it in the darkest corners of the internet. The dark web became his playground, a place where he could unleash his botnets and wreak havoc without fear of immediate retribution. Eanson wasn't alone in his endeavors. He connected with other like-minded individuals, forming alliances and sharing knowledge. Together, they pushed the boundaries of what was possible in the realm of cybercrime. His intelligence and technical prowess were undeniable. He was a master of his craft, able to exploit vulnerabilities and create sophisticated malware that could evade detection. But no matter how skilled he was, the law eventually caught up with him. Eanson's reign as a botmaster came to an end when he was apprehended by authorities, his empire of hijacked computers dismantled. His trial was a landmark case in the fight against cybercrime. It highlighted the growing threat of botnets and the need for stronger cybersecurity measures. Eanson James' story serves as a reminder of the fine line between curiosity and criminality. It shows how the quest for knowledge can lead one down a dark and dangerous path if not tempered with ethics and responsibility. In the end, Eanson's legacy is a double-edged sword. While he is remembered as a legend in the hacking world, his actions also serve as a stark warning of the consequences that come with the misuse of technology. From bedrooms to botnets, the early days of a hacker. Eanson James was an ordinary kid from California. He loved video games and computers. From an early age, he was fascinated by the digital world. But beneath the surface, a darker curiosity brewed. He wasn't just interested in playing games, he wanted to understand how they worked. He started small, exploring the internet's underbelly, learning the tricks of the trade. He would spend hours reading about hacking techniques and experimenting with simple codes. Forums and chat rooms became his classrooms. He found communities of like-minded individuals who shared his interests and were willing to teach him. He learned to exploit vulnerabilities, to slip past security measures. Each new trick he learned was a step deeper into the world of hacking. His skills grew with each passing day. He craved more. He discovered botnets. These were networks of infected computers that could be controlled remotely. These networks of infected computers, controlled remotely, gave him the power he craved. He could launch attacks, steal information, and manipulate systems from afar. Eanson had found his calling. The thrill of controlling a vast network of computers was intoxicating. He would become a botmaster. His journey from a curious teenager to a notorious hacker had begun, and there was no turning back. Digital domination, Eanson's reign of cyber terror. With his botnet army, Eanson became a digital overlord. He rented out his army of infected computers to spammers and hackers. Advertisements, phishing scams, and malware spread like wildfire, all under his command. His botnets launched DDoS attacks, crippling websites and disrupting businesses. Thousands of computers, enslaved by his code, obeyed his every command. He held the power to disrupt the internet, to steal data, to wreak havoc, and he did. Unveiling the Matrix. How Ancheta enslaved thousands of computers. Ancheta's weapon of choice was a simple yet effective tool: botnets. He spread malicious software through emails, websites, and file-sharing networks. Unsuspecting users downloaded the malware, unknowingly offering their computers to Ancheta's control. Once infected, these computers became his slaves. He could control their actions remotely, using them to send spam, launch attacks, or steal information. The scale of his operation was staggering, his reach extending across the globe. The law catches up. The FBI ends Ancheta's hacking spree. For months, Ancheta operated with impunity. His digital fingerprints were everywhere, but he remained elusive. Then, the FBI caught a break. They tracked his activities, piecing together the puzzle of his vast botnet empire. The net was closing in. In a coordinated operation, the FBI raided his home, seizing computers and data. Eanson James Ancheta, the notorious botmaster, was finally caught. Behind bars, Ancheta's sentence, a wake-up call for hackers. Ancheta's arrest sent shockwaves through the hacker community. The law had finally caught up with him. He faced multiple charges, including computer fraud and conspiracy. The evidence was overwhelming. He was guilty. The judge sentenced him to 60 months in prison, a landmark sentence for cybercrime at the time. It was a wake-up call. Hacking wasn't a victimless crime. It had real-world consequences. The aftermath. Ancheta's case changes cybersecurity forever. Ancheta's case was a watershed moment. It highlighted the growing threat of botnets and the need for stronger cybersecurity measures. The FBI and other law enforcement agencies ramped up their efforts to combat cybercrime. Companies invested heavily in security software and training. The battle against botnets had begun. Life after prison. Can a hacker turn his life around? After serving his sentence, Ancheta emerged from prison a changed man. He spoke publicly about his crimes, expressing remorse and warning others about the dangers of hacking. He even cooperated with law enforcement, sharing his knowledge to help them combat cybercrime. His story is a testament to the possibility of redemption, of turning away from a life of crime and using one's skills for good. Lessons learned. Ancheta's story, a cautionary tale for all. Eanson James Ancheta's story is a cautionary tale. It reveals the allure of hacking, the thrill of power, and the devastating consequences that follow. But it's also a story of redemption, of second chances, and the importance of using one's knowledge for good. His case serves as a reminder. Cybersecurity is everyone's responsibility. We must remain vigilant, protect our systems, and educate ourselves about the ever-evolving threat landscape. Conclusion. The enduring legacy of Eanson James Ancheta. Eanson James Ancheta, the bot master who once terrorized the internet, was a name that struck fear into the hearts of many. His sophisticated network of bots wreaked havoc, causing millions in damages and compromising countless systems. Today, he stands as a symbol of both the dangers and the potential of the digital age. His actions highlighted the vulnerabilities in our interconnected world, but they also spurred advancements in cybersecurity measures. His story is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest corners of cyberspace, redemption is possible. Ancheta's journey from a notorious hacker to a reformed individual underscores the transformative power of second chances. His legacy continues to shape the world of cybersecurity, inspiring both fear and respect. The lessons learned from his exploits have led to stronger defenses and more robust protocols, serving as a stark reminder of the importance of ethics, responsibility, and the rule of law in the digital realm. Ancheta's story is a cautionary tale for aspiring hackers. It emphasizes the constant battle to stay one step ahead of those who seek to exploit the digital frontier. As technology evolves, so do the threats, making the lessons from Ancheta's era ever more relevant today.